What's going on? Monday Night Football's here. Craziest day ever. I got college football going on. I got golf coming back this week. You better be there for the emergency stream Wednesday. And how about this? The NFL decided to not put a piece of shit game in prime time. Let's go. Woo! Woo, I haven't partied this hard since 2 nights ago. New Year's Eve party. All right. So, what's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a high-limit DFS player who focuses on trying to help you not suck so bad at this. I won't give you a single fucking pick. I'm just going to try to teach you the process that I've learned through a lot of trial and error over the years. So if you enjoy the cut of my jib, maybe check it out. All right, let's get going. No time. Don't forget, Wednesday, the live stream. BJ, I'm telling you, it'll change your life. I know you're a sweaty football tryhard, but just try golf. It'll change your life. Hear me out. Just hear me out, bro. All right, let's get over to contest selection because if you don't know, you need to know. This is where we always start. The big $25 tonight, $44 to first place. Please enter this because I am getting a special 2-for-1 from kickyouinthenuts.com where they will come to your house and kick you in the nuts. And if you play in this, I am going to take the $25 you put in it and just pay them to come kick you in the nuts because that's what you deserve. It's a horrible tournament. Don't do it, Bob. Don't do it. And I think a lot of you are going to want to go play in this $3.20 max, which, by the way, is a way better tournament, infinitely better than the Millionaire Maker. But here's what I want you to remember. 138,000 people is very, very hard to beat, okay? So really, I just want you to try this. If you have a hot take on the script you like tonight or the picks that you like, just go play in some lower dollar single entry, whatever low dollar is to you, right? But they have like a $5 single entry, $15 single entry. If you want to play higher, they have $50 and $100 single entries. Check those out. And then simply go take that lineup and go take out Jamar Chase out of it and then go put Higgins in it, right? Or go take out whatever piece, right? Go take out Singletary and put Cook in, right? These are the things you want to do. Just switch off one piece, put it in multiple single entries. And yes, for a single night, it may not be as likely to win because you're thinking, I need a lot of lineups to have a better chance to win. But in the totality, in the grand cumulative aggregate, how many times can I say the same word? That it's going to be better to pay off in the long run. So just trust me on this one, man. Try it. It's all about contest selection. And don't play. If you win $5,000, the police will be getting called because your ass will be dancing naked in the street. You'll be so excited. So quit thinking you're going to win $1 million and go chase another one. Yeah, ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Okay. By the way, if you don't know, the best contest out there is mine. It's completely free. You get a free Millionaire Maker ticket, and second place gets a month on my Discord, and you're thinking, hey, where's the link? Well, for whatever reason, DraftKings hasn't put up Week 18 yet, so it's not there. But it will be coming, so hop in it when it gets there. This week's winner, Ty Sly. Ooh, I like that name. Ty Sly 2288 already reached out to me. We're building a ticket for the Millionaire Maker this Sunday on me. We'll split the profits 50-50. It's all kinds of fun. And my dude Pettis already got a free month on the Discord. He's enjoying it, I think. Hey, while you're here, make sure to go like and subscribe. The big guy's pushing to 3,000 by the Masters. Why don't you help me get there, brother? All right, let's get to what matters. Let's get to tonight's slate. If you don't know, what's exciting is not only do we have 2 teams in prime time tonight that actually have good functional offenses and aren't pieces of shit teams, but we actually have really healthy teams, right? Like it appears as though almost all the big stars from both teams are going to be there. I have not seen anything to make me think that there's any real injury concerns tonight, so we got our full plethora of people to choose from. Which reminds me, every fucking show I forget to do this. Hang around until the end. I'm going to give my spicy take. And if you don't know, my spicy take yesterday was this. Play Tom Brady and Mike Evans. Or was it Chris Godwin? I was all about the Bucks, and now I look real smart. Touting in 2023. That's my new thing. All the best picks right here, brother. All right, so as you can see, we have a healthy game. We have a huge total of 49.5. The Bills are a 1.5-point favorite. I mean, honestly, it's exciting. It's exciting. I have not been this excited for a primetime game in a long time. Thank you, NFL, for actually putting on a game that people want to watch. What a fucking concept. All right, let's get over to the results. As you can see, no surprise, who is the guy that shows up in the optimals the most, right? That's what we do here on Run the Sims is it runs it 10,000 times, and here's how often Josh Allen shows up in the optimals, 68% of the time. Yet he's going to be 78% owned. So there is a path to not play Josh Allen. You're thinking to yourself, there ain't no way Josh Allen doesn't kick ass tonight. I actually agree with that, right? I think that Josh Allen is a smash play tonight. However, what you're not thinking of is your entire lineup. And this is something you've got to get better at. You don't just think of individual players and how well you think that player is going to do. Think of how putting that guy in your lineup affects the rest of your lineup, because that's what really matters. The reason that Josh Allen is only showing up in the optimal 68% of the time is simple. He's expensive. He's $11,400. You put him at captain, you're already broke for your lineup, right? So that's reason number one. Reason number two is there's so many great pay-up options tonight, right? This is the ultimate, just so many high, expensive players that have super high ceilings. Burrow, Chase, Diggs, Mixon, Higgins. There's just tons of them, right? There's so many great pay-up options that to say that Josh Allen is way more likely than the rest of them to have an optimal type performance is just misguided. So yes, Josh Allen is amazing. Josh Allen, in my opinion, is the best fantasy quarterback in all of DFS, but I'm not making a lineup based on one guy. I'm making a lineup based on how all 6 of those guys play together. If you're running the script tonight that the Bills are going to blow out the Bengals or that it's going to be a shootout, I think you have to find a way to get Josh Allen in your lineup. You have to. I don't see any way Josh Allen isn't in an optimal type build in one of those two, right? But if you're playing the Bengals are going to blow him out, or maybe it's a bit sloggy, or whatever script you want to play, there are scripts to where fading Josh Allen is a viable play tonight, okay? So it really comes down to your script, and let your script decide if you should play Josh Allen and if you should play Josh Allen in the flex or the captain spot. All right, let's just talk about the Bills real quick. The Stephon Diggs, 10,400 is obviously his number one receiver. Do you want to play him? Yes. We all want to play Diggs. He's the only consistent receiver that always gets love from Josh Allen. He seems to mix and match who gets his love on the other weeks, but Stephon Diggs always gets it. Problem is, when you start Allen and Diggs, you really are starting to back yourself in a corner on how much money you have for the rest of your lineup. From there, Isaiah McKenzie, disgustingly underpriced at 2,800. You can see that he is showing up in the optimals 33% of the time, but the problem is because everybody is going to need that punt option, he is going to be disgustingly owned. I think he'll be over 50%. He's almost going to be people's free square because he's going to be on the field. He gets a lot of targets, which equals in a full point PPR that DraftKings offers is awesome. So, I think he's almost the sucker play tonight. I think he's the sucker play tonight. And it seems as though the optimizer agrees with me. He is a negative 14% leverage play tonight. So that, I'm not saying don't play him. I'm just saying that is a guy that I am okay fading and getting different. If I'm going to punt, I'll punt with a different guy than McKenzie because he does have a 0-point floor. I've seen it before on my best ball teams. Trust me. From there, Gabe Davis just seems like a guy that is very fairly priced and has kind of gotten forgotten about. But don't forget, Gabe Davis is just like Mike Evans was yesterday. He is one of those guys, doesn't do dick, 53 points. That's what he does. So I love Gabe Davis. But here's a spicy take for you. Gabe Davis, to me, is a guy you play in the captain spot because he's either going to break the slate or not do shit. So I actually don't like him as a flex play. I'm way more in on Gabe Davis as a captain play. From there, Dawson Knox seems to be getting more and more and more involved in the Buffalo pass game. But once again, I think he's going to be highly owned because people need those pay down options. So at 4,800, yes, I like him, but man, he's going to be highly owned. And because of that, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth eating that chalk? And if you want a Bills punt, I think Shakur is the one. That's Tupac's son, for all of you that don't know. So that would be the one Bills punt I would consider. But as you can see, only 7% showing up in the optimals. Not great, Bob. The running back position for the Bills, to me, is where it's at. Is it going to be a Devin Singletary night? Is it going to be a Cook night? Is it going to be old James Cook? Or how about this one? How about a little where's he at? Hold on. I'll find him. You wait. His name is Nyheim Hines, right? He's actually been kind of involved getting some third down work. As you can see, showing up in the optimals 10% of the time. That might be the Bills punt you want to play that nobody's considering, right? Singletary and Cook, yes, they're on the field more, but they really seem to kind of be switching drives on first and second downs. And then Hines is getting a decent third down role. I think he's a very viable punt play. If you don't know, kickers and defenses in games like this with high totals almost always get outpaced by wide receivers and quarterbacks. So kickers and defenses tonight, if you have a hot take that maybe it's going to be a slog, well then sure, you could probably play a kicker and a defense. Or if you think that one team's going to blow out the other team, a kicker or a defense from the blowout team can be very viable options to, get some pay down to go get the Josh Allen, the Diggs, and the, Singletary or whoever you want to play, right? Then you go put Tyler Bass and the Bills defense and you have a nice 5-1 build. But other than that, if you really think this game's going to shoot out tonight, you want to avoid defenses and kickers as they get outpaced by wide receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs in these types of games. Going over to the Bengals, Joe Burrow, I really like Joe Burrow in shootout games. He has endless amounts of options. The biggest problem I have with Joe Burrow is he really does spread the ball around pretty well, right? We know he has basically two top receivers in Jamar Chase and Higgins. Trying to put all three of those guys in a lineup, you basically can't have any good Bills in your run back, right? So I don't necessarily love that unless you're playing the Bengals are going to blow them out. But from there, I feel like Boyd and Hurst are really good options that are very fairly priced that can get there. They're on the field a lot. They're involved in the pass game. And if you think this game's going to shoot out, certainly they'll get a fair amount of targets, right? From there, I think the one sneaky guy that might get you in trouble is our boy Irwin, who just had the big game. He is a viable option, but at 4,400, I feel like he is way overpriced. But I think that maybe that's a reason to play him. But the problem is with the Bengals in such a big game, you got to think they're going to be feeding their studs. I don't think Irwin it gets there, and at 4,400, you're taking a big gamble for him getting there. From there, I think you also want to, you got to consider Pirine. He does seem to have a big third down role cut out, even though Mixon is kind of a third down back. Pirine is just clearly cut out, and every time he's in the game, I don't know why Burrow always throws him the ball. And then, of course, you can always play Joe Mixon, who, in my opinion, is the most fairly priced of all these studs. So something to consider. By the way, hang around for the hot take at the end. Wink, wink, Bob. Same thing with the Bengals. If you're going to play their kicker, you're going to play their defense. I think you only want to do those if you're playing kind of a sloggy build, like it's going to be a 16-13 type game, which will be a script that hardly anybody is talking about. Furthermore, I think that you probably only want to play those the Bengals defense and kicker if you think that the Bengals are going to blow them out. Maybe those can be the two cheap pieces, and you can go run that Burrow, Chase Higgins stacked along with two Bengals, run it back with, I don't know, Stephon Diggs or Josh Allen if you have enough money to make that work, right? So the last thing we want to talk about is roster composition. Most builds will be 3-3 tonight. In a scoring game, most builds are going to probably have Burrow, Allen, and then two pass catchers for each of them, right? And so that really, to me, starts to make running backs very appealing, right? Because they're not true pass catchers, and they're going to be kind of forgotten about as people who want to play the blowout, or not the blowout script, the shootout script. And so because of that, I think that there's two ways you can do this to get different. You can do 3-3 builds, which means 3 Bills and 3 Bengals, but you just need to be very cognizant to get pieces in there that's not what everybody else is playing, which is probably going to be quarterbacks and pass catchers, specifically wide receivers, right? So maybe you go get some running backs, tight ends, mix in a defense. Those are some ways to get different. But really, truly the way to get different is go play 4-2 Bengals builds and 5-1 Bengal builds. As the Bills are the favorite, most lineups are probably going to be 3-3s and then 4-2 Bills, right? But if you go play a 4-2 Bengals, especially if that's a 4-2 with a Bengal at the captain, right there you'll already be different than something about 80% of all lineups. And you didn't even have to sacrifice any plays. You simply just changed the composition of your roster and didn't, go punt and play, whoever. Devin Isai. Isai, don't play him. I probably didn't even say his name right. Deal with it. So there you go. That is a breakdown. Everybody's healthy tonight. Everybody's playing. It's really going to come down to nailing the script tonight, especially if you have a script that is different than this is going to be a shootout and both quarterbacks are up and down the field all game, like we've seen with Josh Allen many times. And maybe that's the script you want to go with. But if you're going to do that, you probably want to be aware of how your roster is composed. Maybe do a 4-2 shootout with 4 Bengals, 2 Bills, but maybe make one of the Bills the captain. That's a way that you could possibly get different and still play the script that you want, even though the shootout script will certainly be the most popular script tonight. You want my hot take? Well, here it is. Right? Coming up in a second. Go give me a follow on Twitter if you don't know. You can always reach out to me. I won't blow you off. I always respond to anybody's DMs. I don't take myself too serious like so many other pricks. So check that out. Here's the crazy one. I've got a website. It's only a week away. What do we do? Hey, Ma, we made it. We got a website coming within a week. So be checking that out. Golf, NFL, college football. It'll all be in one place. No more slapdick Patreon. Fuck those guys. Lastly, here's my schedule. Don't forget to come check it out. The live stream, 7 p.m. Lord's time zone. If you don't play golf, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm telling you, football's going to be gone soon. You're gonna need something to hold you over till August. Come check out PGA. Here's my spicy take. It's this guy, Boomer fucking Sooner, Joe Mixon. Okay, as so many people tonight, he will be the most forgotten about stud option in this game. And the best part about Joe Mixon is a lot of his success directly vultures other people's, right? Like Joe Mixon is a guy that you could play for the Bengals that could go still a lot of Chase's upside, a lot of Higgins upside, a lot of Burrow's upside if he is having a good rushing game and gets 2 rushing touchdowns. Most importantly, he is the highest leverage play, meaning that how often he shows up in the optimizer versus what he's going to be owned is actually the most. And this is exactly how I got on Tom Brady yesterday, as he was the most leveraged quarterback. So I said, I'm going to go play the most leveraged guy. Well, tonight that guy is Joe Mixon. And because of that, I think that he is a very viable play. I think that he could not only break the slate, but I also think that he could directly help you determine which Bengals you should play, and he could be the tricky run back for a Bill stack that not many people are considering. Most people are going to be running it back with a Chase or a Higgins. You run it back with Mixon. Right there, you're getting different. Might he let you down? Yes. I'm just telling you to consider him as a way to be different because that's all I really give a shit about. I'm not telling you to play him because, once again, I don't give a shit who you play. I don't give picks. I hope you've enjoyed the show, you motherfathers. It's been real. We only got one more Monday left. Go hop in my contest. Come check out my PGA. But most importantly, come check out this outro.